welcome to These Are the Blades of Our Lives, the figure skating show where I talk to you about figure skating like it is drama for your mamas. On today's episode, guys, I did a prediction video for the Ostrava Junior Grand Prix, but we had a 3-day weekend. It was Labor Day weekend. Things happened and I did not get a chance to actually post the prediction video. So I'm still going to tell you what my predictions were, but I'm just going to mostly focus on recapping what actually happened on the event. And then I'm also going to talk about like some figure skating news that is happening. I'm going to talk about the Asian Open that took place, as well as the John Nicks Pair Challenge. So starting with some news that's going on in figure skating right now. Isabella Vito is getting a new short program, and it's supposed to be Breakfast at Tiffany. I think this is a good move on Isabel and her team. I said this at a video that I did previously, that her short and long were basically the same program, like they choreographed one program and split it into a short and a long. The short or the long, it wasn't bad. It was genetically pleasant. Nothing was bad with either program, but I just didn't feel like nothing was great about it either. So the fact that they're going to do Breakfast and Tiffany, Isabel has beautiful lines. She has good ice presence. She probably would make a good actress. Fabulous. Hopefully it's a good program. We'll see what happens with that. And then we also have some news going on with Russia. The Russian junior test skate happened a couple of weeks ago. And I know the Russian senior test skate is getting ready to happen this week. I'll try to see if I can cover that. But we also just have like some of the Russian skaters coming out and just making statements. So they asked Anna Shcherbakova about the possibility of her making a comeback this spring, and Anna replied, quote, "This spring I had 3 surgeries on my ankle. I think my returning is not a very relevant issue." I know like I go on a rant often about how much I dislike what Teamplushenko, Sergei Dudikov, and Daniel Gleichenhaus did to these children, but I feel like people don't really understand why I go on these rants. Anna had 3 knee surgeries this spring alone, and that's on top of all the other surgeries she had last year. Guys, Anna is not 20. Anna is still a teenager. She is still in her teens. And she had to have 3 ankle surgery in one season, not year, but just in the spring season alone. That just blows my mind that is acceptable in any way, shape, or form. And you still have Ekaterina living her best life. You still have Sergei Dudikov coaching internationally all over the Junior Grand Prix. I still see Daniel G on my Twitter feed with his hideous, cluttered, backbreaking choreography. Nothing happened to these people. Nothing happened to these people. And yet these children will have to live with this pain and suffering for the rest of their life. And that is why I get so upset. That is why I get so angry. That is why I'm always ranting and raving about the whole Ekaterina Tuberetsi and her camp situation. Guys, my grandma is in her 90s and she still has her original hip and knees. How many Ekaterina kids have their original knees, hips, lower, like, okay. Okay, I'm gonna leave the rant alone because I literally could go on and on and on. Another Ekaterina kid, Kamila Valieva, had this to say, quote, "The way we maintained our weight and how we ate left much to be desired. I was a child, and even though I tried to practice healthy eating, we were still weighed every day at lunch. Again, mind you, this child was on like 40 Camilla Valieva. We all got stuck on the one dope medication. This child had 4 heart medication in her system, and she had over 30 medication in her system. They weighed her daily. And we already know what Danny G feel is a good meal. It's 3 shrimps. If you eat 3 shrimps a day, you are a good girl for Danny G. This is what these kids were dealing with. And there is no repercussions for the adults. And this makes me sick to my stomach. Okay. So then you also had like Elena Elenek, um, ice dancer, actually one of my favorite ice dancers, beautiful positions, great ice presence. So Elena Ilinik had this to say: I couldn't grasp the term disposable skaters. Then I realized that these girls are made disposable by the system that isn't designed to give them a chance to get through puberty injuries. Yeah, 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 Elena, yeah. Yes, with the overwork, with the ultra C's, with the hideous diets, with you having to be 60 to 105 pounds to maintain the Etheri technique. Yes, these girls were very disposable. With Etheri literally saying these products, thinking of children as products, disposable products. Yes, this was not a system that was created to make young girls thrive. Um, on other news coming out of Russia, Sofia Semendolkina has reportedly left the Angels of Plushenko, and in October she will go to the U.S. to have an audition and internship with Raphael Artunian. Artunian. Okay, Raphael, that's interesting. And the Federation seems to be funding the whole thing, her apartment, her ice, her coach, everything. The Federation seems to be very invested in Sofia Samandalkina. I'm praying for the best for her. The reason why I'm praying for the best for her is because obviously she never would have gotten out of Russian nationals to compete internationally, and she was talented. So I do want to see if maybe that talent can bear fruit in a different environment. So that's all the Russian news that I'm gonna cover because you guys don't want to hear me throw more tantrum. Now we're gonna move on to the Asian Open. So we had our winners, our top 3 finalists, our podium. We had Si Yang Lee, beautiful long program. Oh my goodness. I'm not a big fan, and I've said this about Lee before, of the fact that he does all his jumps with both of his hands over his head. I like to see it in 1 and 2 jumps, but I don't like to see that in every jump. But having said that, he has grown into that technique, and now he makes it look so beautiful. The program is really nice, really balletic, really elegant. He skates it really well. The jumps look really stable for it to be so early in the season. I really like the fact that both on the junior and the senior level, we're really starting to see the South Korean men step it up. You know, at one point, all they had was my cha 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 baby, Junhwa Cha. But now I feel like South Korean men is really starting to grow, and I'm really excited for them. In second place was Dae Wei from China. I made a video before and I said like I do believe like Dewi is going to be one of the 3 men who are going to inherit the Chinese men legacy of skating. He doesn't have, quads in his arsenal yet, but he has a beautiful, beautiful triple axel jump technique. He's got good basic skating skills. He's got good musicality. The program works for him. So I'm really looking forward to see what he can do on the international circuit, because he's mostly competed inside of China. And this is going to be the first season where we see him on the international circuit. And I'm really looking to see what he can do under international pressure. And then so we had like Si Young Lee from South Korea, Dae Wee from China, and then we had Nozuno Yoshika from Japan. Beautiful quad. Beautiful quad toe, triple toe. Again, all of the Japanese skaters have really good basic skating skills. And this also happens to apply to Nozuno. I think it's early yet in the season, so I don't want to make any definitive prediction because this was not a clean outing for him. But I will have to say I see potential there, which means we now have another contender entering the ring for Japanese men nationals, which we already know both for the women and the men it's going to be a bloodbath. So hopefully he'll keep improving as the season goes by, and we'll see where he ends up by nationals. And then for the women, this was another chance for us to see some more of the senior women who are going to be competing this season. And some of it was really good. Guys, some of it was really good. In the short program, Zion Jian, otherwise known as Nini, is doing voila, voila, voila for her short program. It's not a bad program for her. It's not a bad program for her. She's got really nice spins. The jumps are looking much more improved than when she was having the internal Chinese competitions. And then the free program was clean. That is the first clean free program that I think I've seen from Nini in a year and a half now. So it was really, really good to see. It wasn't perfect, but she's got two sets of triple triples. They look mostly rotated. The triple flip looks good, which has always been a problem for her. Nini looks good. So she won the short program, came in second in the free skate, and won the competition overall. Really looking forward. I prefer her long program to her free only because we're going to be hearing voila voila a lot this season. This seems to be like a new skating favorite song, and I've actually seen other voilas that I think are somewhat better than hers, but her free program with the gold dress is really quite lovely. There are some lovely moments there, and I can't wait to see how that grows. In second place was Japanese Mako Yamashita. I will be honest with you guys. I'm not that familiar with this particular Japanese skater, but goodness gracious, can she hold a pose? She can hold a moment and arch her back. Jumps are also solid. Another skater from Japan with really good, Japanese basic skating skills. She's quite musical, quite a lovely young skater with some nice, powerful jumps. The short program wasn't great, but the free program, wonderful. And then we also had, the first outing for Mai Miyahara, our lovely Mai. The short program, she went into her like triple flip, triple toe, and for a moment there, I thought she landed it, and then her legs just gave out from under her, and she just felt in the most adorable way ever. She just fell flat on her little booty, and then she hopped right back up, and she continued. The short program is a very Mai Miyahara program. It's generically lovely. She's got lovely skating skills. She's a very soft, very elegant skater. Having said that, the long program, I think it's been like 2 years when I've been saying I want to see Maya a little more spicy. I want to see a little more flavor. I want to see a little more fire. And she was giving it to us. She was giving us face. She was giving us passion. She was giving us everything. I really, really like her free program. Of course, it wasn't clean here. The jumps were a little shaky, but it's so early in the season, and she has a really good, skating coach team. So I think they definitely can manage to get her into shape by Japanese national. We also saw Soo Young Kim. That that South Korean jump technique really to me is one of the best. The height, the speed, the ice coverage, it just looks impressive. And Suyeon Kim is another one of those skaters who, when the jumps are on, and that lies in the problem, is when the jumps are on, they're on. But she doesn't have consistency, so the jumps are often a hit or miss. So those were like the top women at the Japanese Open. It was a really nice competition all around. And not only did we get the men and the women, we also had some pair competitions happening over with the John Nicks Pairs Challenge. To me, this was basically like a preview for U.S. Nationals, what's going to go down at U.S. Nationals Pairs. So we had winning this event was Ellie Khan and Danny O'Shea. Guys, I was so surprised. They landed their side by side jumps. I think they landed in both programs, the short and the long. I'm trying to recall. I know in the short program they landed their side by side. It was no problem. They only had a little problem on the throw. I'm trying to remember in the free skate. I can't remember, but I know they landed most of their side by side jump. The twist, beautiful. The throws is really what's giving them a problem this season. The lifts, gorgeous. This team, for me, what I love about them is the in between skatings, the ice dance like holes, the connection, the musicality. Unfortunately, the throws are not really working for them right now, but this is a team, if they can skate clean, easily putting them on Grand Prix podium, maybe even on a world podium. In second place was Elisa Efanova and Misha Metra Fanov. I said this last season. I really do feel like this is a pair that the US needs to invest in. The side by side jumps are a little problematic, but everything else about this pair could be world class competitive with a little more effort. Everything is good except for the side by side, but just needs that extra little push to be great. And then the pair from Uzbekistan, didn't see them coming. Ekaterina Gernish and Dmitry Shigarev. Really lovely short program. Really lovely short program. Solid side by side jump. Solid throw. Solid lift. Solid twist. And this is what I love about figure skating. And what I have been saying about the pairs is, yes, after the Olympic, pairs was in a complete shamble. We all know it. It was obvious. There was no denying. Pairs was in a complete shamble. But I said back then, and I'll continue to say it, with the absence of the Russians, these pairs were going to get a chance to be on the podium. They were going to get a chance to win. That was going to give them a taste of victory. It was going to make them be more ambitious. And we were going to see more pairs putting up a fight, determined to stay on the podium. And this is what we're seeing all around. And then in fourth place was Kellyanne Lauren and Lucas Itier. This is a young pair from Canada. Good. All around good, growing every season. The short program, they look solid in almost every element. The long program, again, everything was imperfect, but all around solid performance. And then in fifth place was Katie Macbeth and Daniel Parkman. Another team that I think the US should invest in. Solid side by side jumps. Solid side by side jumps. Solid throws, solid twists. They do need to work on their musicality, their connections, their packaging. But the basic fundamentals of pair is there. It just needs a little more work. And then rounding up the top 6 was Rebecca Gallardi and Filippo Ambrosini. This is another pair that I love the in-between skating. I love their lifts. I love their connection. I love their footwork. She and those jumps last season, I think like the jumps were one of the main reasons why, you know, the other 2 teams were picked to go to world over them. And I feel like the side by sides, like when they're doing like double toes and single axles, I do feel like the side by side may continue to be a barrier for them, which is very sad because they are such a wonderful pair. They have so much to give in terms of their skating. So I really, really feel bad that, the jump is a limitation for them. And now we get to the 2024 Junior Grand Prix Ostrava. I made a prediction. I wrote out the prediction, but I didn't make a video because I was too busy enjoying my 3-day weekend. So now I'm going to do the recap. So my prediction, starting with pairs, was Zaiji Zhang and Wei Q Feng winning. Then I have C Sumuzi and Lucas Satoshi Honda in second place. And then in third place, I had Deborah N. Cohen and Lucas Vachoza. That was my podium. I got 1 out of 3 right. I was way off on this pair's podium. The winner here, I did get the winners here right. It was Zhang and Feng. Another Chinese pair. Guys, I think the Chinese might have brought in a jump specialist and they may have figured out their side-by-side jumping situation, because Zhang, that young lady in this pair, she can land her side-by-side jumps. I'm so invested in this pair. I'm so invested in Zhang and Feng. And the reason why is she's 13, he's 16. They're so young and so adorable. But they seem to have such a connection with each other. They seem to be so supportive and so caring towards each other. And that's how I like to see my pairs. I like to see my pairs as 2 individuals supporting, consoling, and uplifting each other. On top of that, their twist, really good. Their throws, when it's on, they have some of the most amazing throws. And they could do the side-by-side jumps. Lifts, everything about this pair is that beautiful Chinese technique with the addition of her being able to land her jumps. So very much about this pair. And then we also had in second place, did not see this coming, not very familiar with this young French pair. We had Romain Telemaki and we had Romani Telemaki and Lucas Colon. Again, these young pairs are not playing. Yes, we do not have the triple twist. We do not have the triple throws. We do not have the triple side by side. But what I am seeing and I'm really liking is basic fundamental skating being done right. And then in third place, another team that I did not see on my radar, but this team seemed like they're a little fighter, is the Canadian pair of Julia Kotrashi and Simon Desmares. Good throws, good twist, good lift, good solid basic skill, a good foundation to build on. And they were also quite musical. It was just lovely to see. And I had them in second place. They ended up in fourth place. We did see Sia Samuzu and Lucas Tasashi Honda in fourth place. I always think of this team as like a jumper because they were both individual skaters and then they joined to form a pair. So I always thought of them as a jumper. So it was very surprising because they struggled a little on their side by side jumps at this event. They're still doing double twists, they're still doing double throws. This is a pair that is growing, but again, they have good solid foundation Japanese skating. I have faith in where they're going to be in like 6 years from now, 8 years from now. We're planning ahead. Now, my prediction for the men, my men's prediction was Minyuk So winning, Adam Hagera second place, Dea Ibihara in third, Taga Nishino in fourth, Ilya Gogedezi. Um, those were my top picks. I got two right. I got two out of the no, I didn't. No, I didn't. I got one out of the top three right. Okay. So Menyuk So did win this event. He didn't win either the short program or the free program. He was third in the short program because he under rotated his triple combination, but he has a lovely short program. I cannot wait for him to skate that short program with full conviction and to have all his jumps fully rotated, because when he does, it's quite wonderful. And then his free program is Singing in the Rain. He's very, you know, musical as a skater. He's very performative. He's very emotive. And this is such a good vehicle for him, dancing in the rain, to let him showcase all of that. The jumps seem a little tight. It seems like he's a little nervous. It's the start of the season. It's his first international competition. I'm hoping that for his next Grand Prix, he's a lot more relaxed and we can fully have him enjoy Singing in the Rain, because I think this is going to be a wonderful program for him. But even though he was third in the short and second in the free, he did enough to win this event here. In second place, guys, I didn't even have him in my top 10. I was not really thinking about this skater. I hadn't seen a lot of his competition, but it was Patrick Blackwell from America. Patrick came in here in that long program and was just delivering some beautiful quads, lovely jump techniques, solid knee bend. There's a lot to be worked on. The musicality, the performance, the connection to the music, the connection to the audience. But what I do like about him is how gutsy he is. He attacks every jump, every spin. He is fighting for every single point. He is unwilling to go down without a fight, and I love to see that in a skater, especially in a skater that young, because if he has that fighting passion, the rest of it, the in between skating, we can always try to teach that to him. So he surprised me here, winning the free and then ending up in the silver medal position overall. And then Adam Hagara, whom I had in second place, round down the podium in third place. That I saw some of the memes on Twitter, on skating Twitter. The one where it says like where Adam asked Jun Wacha to copy his homework, and then Jun was like, "Don't be too obvious," and then Adam. So a lot of people are saying like his short program is very reminiscent of Jun Wacha. But I said imitation is the best form of flattery, and if he's going to imitate, he should imitate one of the best, and that's exactly what he does. And I feel like Adam himself, Adam Hagara, will one day become one of the best skaters out there. He will be one of the skaters we talk about. Right now, he doesn't have the quads, but he does have wonderful skating skills. He does have wonderful presentation. He does have wonderful connection to the audience and to the judges. If he could get those quads, Adam could definitely become part of that conversation. The two Japanese skaters that I had in my top three ended up finishing 5 and 6. Dea Ibuhara finished fifth, and then Taga Mishino finished sixth. But I still feel there's a lot of potential for these two young skaters. And then in fourth place was Tamir Cooperman. All of these skaters are very relatively young with so much potential for them to grow. And then in the dance, my prediction was Katerina Wolfskin and Dmitry Taslavsky winning it. The reason why I had them winning it is because I had seen their rhythm dance. It's not a bad rhythm dance, but I had seen their free dance to Moulin Rouge, which of course is an overly used piece of music, but they did it so well. This is such a beautifully composed program. Every movement has a purpose and everything is so choreographed to the music. When I saw that free program and I knew they were competing here, I was like, they have a great chance of winning it. So I had them in first place. And then in second place, I had Selena Fragi and Johan Fournier in second place. The reason why I had them in second place is because I hadn't seen either of their programming. I didn't know what they were going to do. Their rhythm dance, loved it. The free dance, Exogenesis, it's another overly used piece of music and skating, so it's not overly inspiring, but it's not bad either. And then in third place, I had Layla Velon and Alexander Brandy. This was my top three. Of course, I was wrong. Of course, I was wrong. Um, Selena and Johan ended up winning both the rhythm dance and the free dance. Like I said, they have a fabulous rhythm dance. It's so fun. It's so French in the best way possible. Free dance, it's not a bad free dance. It's not a bad free dance by any mean necessary. It's just that that piece of music, it's so overused in skating, it doesn't really inspire that much. Unfortunately for Catherine and Dimitri, they had errors both in the rhythm dance and in the free program. But I still believe if they can manage to skate the rhythm dance cleanly and then come and deliver that free program in the way that they can deliver it, I can definitely see them winning. This is a brand new team. I think this is like her third partner. I know she was with Jeffrey Chen and she had the other partner and now she's with Dimitri. I think Dimitri is a great fit for Katrina. I think he's a great fit for Katrina. Their skating style match, their skating levels match, their skating skill match. They seem to be really in tune with each other. I see a lot of potential in this team doing this junior season. I did get 2 out of 3. I did get 2 out of 3. No, I got, actually, no way, guys. I got the whole top three correct. So my prediction, I got all top three ice dance team correct. You just gotta flip one and two. And then in third place was Layla Velon and Alexandra Bradis. This young Canadian team, they have a lot of potential. The rhythm dance didn't go as planned for them, but their free dance is quite lovely. He's got a wonderful posture, nice back. They have good line. They match well. You could tell they've been skating forever. They have beautiful lines, nice deep knee bend, beautiful eye stroke. Another young team that I feel has a lot of potential. And I'm just really looking forward to see how they grow. So I did get the top three in ice dance, even if I didn't get the podium quite right. And then for the women, my predictions were Rina Uzono winning this. Then I had Karuku Wada in second place. I had UJ Kim in third place. I had Stephanie Glaki in fourth place. I had Josephine Lee in fifth place. I had Hannah Yoksikova, followed by Haran Zhang, then Sabrina Hughes, then Polina Duzmeniasova. That was how I had them placed. Of course, I was wrong. I was wrong. Um, the winner of this event, and just a delightful surprise to me, I love when skaters surprise me, was Karuku Wada. Oh my goodness. What a lovely little skater. What beautiful jump technique. And the other thing that is making me so happy as I watch the senior Grand Prix, guys, is how many of these young skaters are being taught good basic jump technique. Because a lot of the issues that we had with the decade of the teamplushenko is how bad that particular jump technique is, because it's only made for like a body that's between 60 and 105 pounds. And because you're leaning so far over, you're wrecking your knees, you're wrecking your hip, you're wrecking your back. That is such a problematic, technique to teach to young skaters. But what I have been seeing on the Grand Prix is so many of these young skaters have such beautiful sound jump technique that the next generation is being given the tools that they need to have longevity in their career. It's just wonderful to see. And WADA is the very definition of that. Beautiful jump technique, wonderful Japanese skating skills. Her knee bend like butter, just melt into the ice coverage, the speed, the glide was clearly the best of the competition. And her spins are good. This is a well-rounded skater where everything is good. Again, there's room to grow. She's still young. The performance, the connection, the musicality, all of those could be improved. But the package is sound and just wonderful to see. And then a surprise here. I had her in fourth place, but she told me to hold her skate. And she walked away with the silver medal with Stefania Glacki. What a little fighter. What a little fighter. Wonderful performance. She's very performative. Lovely, lovely young skaters. Good spins. She's got nice ice presence. This is the kind of skater that has that it factor. With the right packaging, the right program, she can definitely become a star. You can tell that about her skating style. It was wonderful to see. And then in third place was UJ Kim. Did her wonderful triple axel in the free program. Love, 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 love her short program. It's so light, it's so airy, it's so age appropriate. Lovely. And then we come into the Black Swan. Not, I don't love it as much as I love the short program, but it's a really good vehicle for her. She opened up that free program with the triple axel, cleanly done. Unfortunately, she did have a fall in the program, which at the end of the day, she still fought to the rest of the program. I do think right now the program is skating her. She's not really skating the program, but the season is still very young. I can see her growing into this program and definitely making it a moment. Just a really, really good showing and outing for Yoon Jae Kim. My pick for winning this event, Rina Uzuno, ended up fourth. She has a Voila program that I absolutely love. Her short program is the Voila program. And yes, I've said it, Voila is one of those songs that has become figure skating favorite, and now it's being overused. But Rena's Voila short program is absolutely exquisite. Every movement has a purpose. I sometimes talk about when a choreographer skate for the skater in front of them. You could tell that this was a program tailored for Rena. All of her strong points, her ability to project, her musicality, her performative aspects, all of these areas are what is highlighted in this program because this program is tailor made for her. And because the program is highlighting all her strength, it elevates the program that much more. This is one of my favorite voilas of all the many voilas that we're going to be seeing this season. And then I'm not too sure what happened in the free program, if it was nerves, because I've never seen Rena fall this much in any competition. I think she had 2 falls in the long program plus a step out, and that is very uncharacteristic for Rena. So it might just be nerves, but it was still very, very wonderful to see her out here. Hopefully, at her next Grand Prix, she's fourth. So I think she would have to win the next Grand Prix to make it to the Grand Prix final. But you never know. You never know. Because why? The ice is slippery, the blades are thin, and anything and everything can happen in figure skating. And then in fifth place, woohoo! I got that right. And fifth place was Josephine Lee. Best short program I've seen her do. Best short program. And I like both of her short and her long program. And the reason why I like the short program, even though the jumps, there was a step out on the triple flip, she performed that short program with conviction. There was fire in her eyes. Every movement, even with the step out, she didn't let that overtake the program. She just kept fighting through. And if she could land this program cleanly, she can definitely go up the podium. And who knows what's going to happen by the time US National comes around. There is something about Josephine Lee that aesthetically, as a skater, that's very pleasing to me. She's a very pleasing skater. Her spins are lovely. Her skating skill is lovely. Her packaging is lovely. Her musicality is lovely. Everything about this skater aesthetically is very pleasing. Yes, she doesn't have the jump consistency of some of her competitors, and she also doesn't have the technical firepower of some of her competitors. But what she does have, she maxes out. And that is a good way to compete when you're competing, against competitors who have a lot more in the package than you do. And then rounding out the top 6 was Alisa Ligalova. And then rounding out the top 10 was Serena Hughes. So this is another top 10 for Serena. And again, I hope she goes back and builds on this because Serena is a lovely skater. She's not really skating 100% of what she's capable right now, but I cannot wait to see what happens by the time European comes, by the time World comes, by the time Italian nationals come. I want to see where she's at in her skating because there is potential. Overall, guys, there was just so many good young skaters. Again, like I said before, a lot of really great jump techniques being taught, a lot of really good spin technique, a lot of basic ice skills are being taught to these young skaters. There were a lot of just wonderful moments that just made me so happy about where we are going with skating. To see these juniors skating at the level that they're skating. Um, I have to shine my spotlight. I have to shine the spotlight on Karuku Wada because she was not my pick to win this event, but oh my goodness. What a beautiful young skater she is. What a pleasant surprise this was for me. I had seen her at some of the international some of the national Japanese skating events, but never had I seen her do two clean program at the level she did it at this event. So my spotlight moment, I am definitely shining the spotlight on Karuku Wada. But you guys let me know, what did you think about all the figure skating that happened? What did you enjoy? Where are you shining your spotlight? Let me know in the comments.